What's up, what's up? I'm Juby.
And this is Wobby P.
And we also have Isis Sahela here. That's our baby. So if you hear crying, sorry, but this isn't a professional show. It's just us winging it. So today...
Wanging it. Go ahead.
Today's episode we called Be Kids, Kill Animals, and Get Tats, right?
Yeah, and get face tats, actually.
Get face tats, yeah. So our first topic we're talking about is disciplining your children. Now, some people believe that you should never hit your kids, and some people believe that you should. What do you say?
What do you say, Juby? Why don't we ask you first? How would you
Why
get
do you have to ask me first?
Oh, okay,
Anyways,
okay.
Whatever.
Okay, I'll go first. I'll go first. Hold on.
Ladies first, whatever.
Okay.
I say, like it says in the Bible, spare the rod. No. Spare the rod and spoil a child.
Yeah.
And I kind of believe that. I do. I mean, when I got in trouble, I got my butt whooped. But at the same time, I know people are like, well, what are you teaching your kids? You're teaching them violence. If they hit their brother, and you go and hit them and tell them not to hit their brother, then what exactly are you teaching them? But it's like, I don't believe that standing in a corner is going to do anything. Because if I had to stand in the corner every time I did something bad, I'd be like, okay, I'd be the baddest child on earth. What do you say?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. So I'm glad that we both agree on that topic, because we just had our newborn now. So yeah, I mean, I believe if a kid is out of line, that sometimes the best way to kind of teach them is by giving them a little pat, a little pat on the wrist, or a little pat on the butt if they bad, a little spanking or something. But yeah, so I mean, I have to agree with that, because I've seen a lot of some parents, sometimes you go to the store, you see some of the parents arguing with the kids. Their kids are arguing back with them, being disrespectful. Obviously, it looks like there's not enough discipline in the home. You can't. I mean, sometimes you have to make an example.
That's it.
And sometimes words ain't enough, huh? Yeah, I mean, as far as disciplining kids, I think we pretty much agree on that one.
Yeah, but yeah. Oh yeah, sometimes I see kids in the store and they're like talking back to their parents and stuff, and it's like, no, you can't do that.
Yeah.
I always say kind of not loud, but like loud enough. Someone needs a butt whooping. I just think you know what? It's not gonna kill the kid if you hit them. I mean, don't go and abuse them. Don't go and hit them with a belt across their face or anything. But
yeah,
a little discipline doesn't hurt.
Yeah, if you're doing a good job parenting, then you're not gonna have to give them a whooping too often, anyways.
True.
So I mean, I think it's just good to be strict. Not too strict, of course you want to be cool and you want to be personable with your kids so they can feel free to talk to you about what's going on in their life, and have some good communication. But at the same time, you have to establish that you are the parent. So you got to first off be a good example, and then second of all, if they just be a good disciplinary. But also, I mean, I believe in having fun with my kids too. I mean, take them out, go fishing, do some things, teach them some good knowledge, some good unadulterated knowledge.
You're getting off topic
go ahead.
now.
Okay, go ahead.
Come on now. So how would you say that you were raised? Did you get your butt whooped or what?
Nah, man, I got whoopings up until I was like 12. There goes Isis, the newborn, letting it rip.
Come on, what are you saying?
Well, yeah, I mean, I got whoopings up until I was like 12, and then I was a little bad. I was kind of bad a little bit though.
So do you think that even though you got your butt whooped, you were still a bad kid? What do you think it accomplished?
Well, eventually, I just got a little too rebellious for my parents. I didn't have, my pops wasn't. It was either, it was kind of like a back and forth thing. Either I was living with my mom or I was living with my pops. So, when my pops wasn't around, my mom disciplining me as a woman. Sometimes it's a little harder to. I don't know.
How did your mom discipline you?
She didn't whip me too often. Actually, it was more my grandma. My grandma would give me more whipping, so she was more old school. So.
And your dad?
Okay, he was. My dad was tough. When I was living with my dad, he was a good disciplinary. I went over there when I was in 6th grade one time, thinking I'd come over there with the same BS, that I was coming with my mom's, and he put the smack down, got me getting my grades right and everything. But yeah, that's what I believe in disciplining kids, but it's also easier. It's a little better for you when you have both figures in the home. You got the female and you got the male. So for the kind of the more tougher things, I guess.
What about all those people who are like all the gay couples out there? Like, why do we gotta have a female and male?
Well, I mean, if you have gay couples,
get off topic,
okay. Well, I mean, it's not. It's the same thing. With the gay couples, like lesbian couples, they one of them should be may have to play the softer role, good cop, bad cop type of thing.
You think that works? Because my cousin, Kerwin, his mom, my aunt, was like really lenient. She doesn't really discipline him at all. And then my uncle is like way too much discipline, I would say. He's just kind of like a militant kind of guy.
Yeah, sometimes.
And I think that's when kids get like very confused. They go to extremes.
Well, then that's because the parents were kind of it seemed like they was kind of going to the extreme. You had the extreme tender side and you had the extreme, rough side. It's kind of like too much of anything is bad for you. So if you're too strict on one side and too weak on the other side, then it's just not going to work. Both parents have to support each other at the same time, and you can't be like, can't have a kid going to mom like, oh, can I do this? And mom says yeah,
all kids do that.
Or says no, and then and then go to dad, and dad knows mom said no already, but dad still says yeah. You can't do that. You got it's a teamwork type of thing.
Yeah. So would you say your parents' discipline worked for you?
I think not for me.
I'm glad you told the truth because I was gonna say no. He still has issues. For me, I think my mom and my dad, I got my butt whooped, but I wasn't really a bad kid. I'm still not a bad kid. My mom was more the disciplinarian. My dad, he was more the softy. Of course, we were daddy's girls, and I remember one time my mom, she's like, oh, you guys, come here. And me and my sister were like, oh, it's going to be a surprise. And when it was a surprise, my sister walked in and my mom started whooping her butt because we didn't make our beds. I don't think you should whoop your kid's butt because they didn't make their bed, but I guess she had kept telling us, you know what, you need to make your bed or you guys are going to get your butt whooped. Well, she didn't tell us that, but I guess we were just kind of defying her. And I remember I started crying before I even got hit. And you know what? We always made our bed. I mean, I don't make the bed now all the time now that we're on our own, but I mean, I try to, but we don't.
Yeah, she tries to leave that up to me, actually. That's what it seemed like.
You do.
Uh-huh.
He makes the bed. But anyways, but even with, discipline, it's not always about beating your kids, I don't think. What's another way that you think you can discipline your kids? Oh, I remember my mom, we had gone shopping, and she said, you guys put up your clothes. We didn't put up our new clothes, and so the way she disciplined us, when we got back home from school, the clothes that we didn't hang up, she took them back to the store. And we were pissed.
Yeah, and I think that was a good tactic. I mean, for me, I think, say, if my kids were being bad and they had to, say, because we got a Nintendo Wii or something, say if they have a video game system or if they have something that they like to do, first take that away from them. And if they still don't want to be good, then we're going to have to go to the whoopings. So I'm going to start off with something like that, something that's going to make me not put my hands on them. After that, if they still don't want to cooperate, then there's nothing left to do but to not spare the rod.
So what happens if one kid hits the other kid? What are you going to do? You're going to pop them? You don't hit your sister.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, you just hit me. Yeah.
How does it feel now that you've been hit? You hit her now. You feel what she just felt. Does it feel good? Do you want to keep doing this?
Yeah, exactly. So what do you say about people who are in prison then? I feel like that's a timeout. You did something bad, so we're gonna put you on timeout. You have to go stay in the cell for 2 years. Do you think we should just beat them?
And
Anyways, I think we've been.
No, a lot of people in go ahead. Okay, a lot of people in prison though that don't need to be in prison. They've been locking people up for small things that they need to just.
Sorry, I know. I always
just to get people in the system so that they can keep that recidivism going, because it's a banking industry now. What they need to do with the prison system, now that you got me going with the prison topic, is they need to kind of unmonopolize it, because now it's all about the money. It's not about the justice, and I think they need to fix that. I think we need to fix that, because we are the ones who are in charge of what's going on. We as people.
So say like a state that weed isn't illegal to have, and someone gets caught with it. What would you say? Like, instead of sending them to prison, what should we do? Beat them?
Leave them alone.
I know, but come on. Okay, so what if they have like crack? Leave them alone?
If they have crack, then if it's something that they're using, so if you find a pipe with them as well, then they need to go to a substance abuse program.
But that's
a real substance abuse program.
That's like putting them on timeout.
Well,
why not give them a butt whooping?
I don't think that most crack fiends don't need to be put in jail. They need some help.
Yeah, that's true. That was a little far-fetched.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna take a break. We got the Ramones with Beat on the Brat. We're not saying abuse your kids. We're just saying, you know what? If you give them a butt whooping, it's not the end of the world. Here you go.
On the brat with the baseball bat. Oh yeah, oh. Beat on the brat with the baseball bat. Oh yeah, oh. Oh yeah, oh. With a brat like that, always on your butt, what can you lose? What can you do? What can you do? With a brat like that, always on your butt, what can you lose? Beat on the brat with the baseball bat. Oh yeah, oh. Beat on the brat with the baseball bat. Oh yeah, oh. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh. With a man like that, always in your butt, what can you lose? What can you do? What can you do? With a man like that, always in your butt, what can you lose?
Oh snap, that's Beat on the Brat by the Ramones. You're listening to Palawinga Radio. I'm Jupi and I'm here with Wabi and I see Sahela. And we just got done talking about disciplining your children. And we're going to move on to the next topic.
Vaccinations.
Yeah, speaking of children, vaccinating your children. What do you have to say about vaccinating children?
Okay, well, I mean, I don't want to sound like Jenny McCartney or anything like that. McCarthy. Yeah, but I mean, for me, I'm not against vaccinations. It's kind of like just because of things are always changing in the medical field. They're always, 1 year they'll tell you, oh, this is good